poor sales process. So what do I mean by this? A lot of business owners, they actually do end up getting quality leads. They actually might end up getting few people who are nurtured. But you know what? Even despite a lot of your content, if you as the founder or if your business does not have a good sales process that takes somebody from, not knowing much about you all the way to actually trusting you, what you are lacking is something actually so radically important. Because if you do not actually go about doing this, even if you get all the eyeballs into your system, all the leads that you can imagine, and you do not have a process to actually convert them, guess what? You will keep on getting objections and you will keep on losing on sales. So what do I actually recommend to a lot of people? So why exactly does this happen, and why exactly are people not converting, and why exactly are they not giving you the money? Is because a lot of people are too obsessed about selling features. So whenever I hear some sort of sales presentation, or whenever I hear a business owner pitch to somebody, what I hear is they are always talking about features. Hey, you should buy from me because I can actually do digital marketing for you. I can actually help you out with SEO. I can actually help you out with PPC. I can help you out with the ad campaigns. I can actually help you go viral. I will actually help you with RPM, CPM, blah, 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 and all these complicated terms. And now in today's time, AI agents is that next big thing, which ends up even complicating your audience even more. Because a lot of people think that if I end up using a lot of jargons, this would actually be much more beneficial for my audience as compared to figuring out what they really need. And this is why, guess what, when a lot of these business owners get on calls, or maybe their team gets on calls, they end up complicating and confusing the customer a lot more by using these jargons as opposed to really understanding what they truly desire. So this actually happened recently. Not too long ago, I was talking to this fitness coach and I was hearing his sales pitch, right? And what he used to do is whenever he would get on a call with somebody, he would just use all those jargons. He would talk about macro, micro, protein, carbs, fats, this diet, that workout program. It just used to confuse the hell out of his prospects, and they did not actually end up buying from that individual. So what I did is I thought, hey, let's rework the sales process and let's create it from scratch. And in this process, what we are going to do is we are going to get away from feature-based selling and we are going to actually go into transformation-based selling. So what do I mean by this? I basically told that person, next time you go on a call, simply just draw, let's suppose 2 islands. This is island number 1, you can call, and this is called as island number 2. Okay. And what I want you to do is, on the call, just simply ask this person and ask them to paint this particular picture of them being stuck on this island, because this is something called as Hell Island. This is the island that a lot of your prospects are stuck at. This is where there is lack of food, there's lack of proper shelter, there's lack of the lifestyle that they actually require. And they are basically very sad over here. Okay, so I asked him, hey, just go talk to your customers and ask them what is the biggest challenge that you're facing. Can you tell me a little bit more about your current circumstances? So what this person did is, when he asked these questions to this individual, he basically learned that his customers were facing, let's suppose, with obesity issues. And which is something that, of course, everybody knows, and a lot of people just leave it till this extent. But then I told that person, go a step deeper and understand, hey, what is happening because of them being obese. And they started hearing things like, my client was telling me, Rohan, that next time I wanted to really attend a party, I could not because my shirt was just not fitting. Or I was feeling a little bit embarrassed because all my friends are in shape, but I'm not in shape, and it just like makes me feel a little bit awkward, and that's why I don't want to mingle with people. Hey, actually, my wife was actually planning a vacation to go out somewhere, maybe to a beach, but I was not just comfortable going there because I didn't want to, I don't want people to see my body when I'm at the beach. And this is resulting in what exactly is what I asked him. So I told that person, now go a step even deeper. And what this happened is that person said, hey, because of all this, I'm having confidence issues. And because of this confidence issues, I'm just not feeling good about myself. And this is resulting in depression. All right. Now, we had a very, very clear term, which is depression, lack of confidence, right? And then I asked this person, okay, this is in terms of mental health, but what about other things? Well, because of obesity, that person learned that, hey, they are on the verge of having sugar issues or diabetes issues. And I just asked that person, hey, go a step deeper and ask them, because of these diabetes issues and all that stuff, how much cost is it going in terms of the treatment for these issues? And what we learned is that we learned that the cost is in lakhs, right? The cost is in lakhs already. And then what's going to happen if diabetes and all these issues are not solved? What is going to be the final thing which will actually make this person realize that, shit, I'm in this position and I desperately need help? Because if you do not solve diabetes and if you do not solve all these issues, what happens? Death, right? So now this is the hell island that this person is stuck at. Now what I did is I told this person, now I asked this person about how does island number 2 look like for them, for the prospect they are talking about. And they said, hey, if I could actually lose weight, I'll be a lot happier because I'll finally be able to travel to the places that I truly want, that to be with my family. Then, most importantly, my cost equals less. Why? Because I'll have to spend a lot less money on medicines, a lot of treatments and whatnot. And then most importantly, life expectancy. This means if I actually end up losing weight, I'll be able to live a lot longer. So the question is, what is the cost of this person having an additional 2 to 3 years of their life? What is the cost of them being able to actually get all these benefits by taking your advisor services? So when this person flipped the script, and instead of talking about those diet plans, carbs, micro, macro, whatever the crap it is, when they actually started talking about this transformation, and then they said, hey, in order to actually fix all these problems and help you get over here so that you can finally achieve this, the charges are whatever your charges are. Guess what? This will result in a lot higher conversions than the current sales process that you are following. So here's a tip for you. Go and listen to the call recordings of yourself. Go listen to the call recordings of maybe your sales team. And if you don't do calls at all, maybe you do some sort of webinar presentation, maybe you do a one-to-many activity. Go listen to those recordings and analyze, are you obsessed about selling features or are you obsessed about creating transformations? Because if you actually end up making this change, guess what? Your sales will increase.